What's going on, everybody? It's TekMuNNee. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. We are in the money. 9-2 on official MLB picks. If you're following us, woo! We're gonna cruise right through opening week. We're gonna try to keep it going at Ramblin' and Gamblin' Sports. Today's one and only official pick is San Diego Padres minus 175 money line. Action on both pitchers, please. The homework and analysis will be on action on both pitchers, meaning you got to have action on Kevin Gausman and you got to have action on Dinelson Lamet. I love it. That's the situation. Now, before you dip out, for the folks that don't have time, again, San Diego Padres money line minus 175. The bet slip confirm is posted out on my Twitter feed. I will also say we had a heavy lean on Toronto. You know my process and strategy. We like to attack the favorite we have, not the favorite on the line. So don't get those two words confused. You need to stop forgetting the word favorite on the line, but that's a whole different topic for another day. So we like to take the strength and attack the weaknesses on the day's slate, and we think narrowing it down, we land on the San Diego Padres. But right next to it was the Toronto Blue Jays. So in this video, I'm going to break down why we're taking the San Diego Padres, why we like Toronto, and you'll probably get an idea of why we just took the Padres instead. There's a little bit more safety feeling there. And then we're going to talk quickly about why I'm not taking the Dodgers over those three. That doesn't mean I don't like the Dodgers. Just want to break down how we get to our picks, what's in my brain, what's in my thinking. So what are we attacking today? We're going to be attacking the hard contact on Gasman. I call him Gasman. He's got no gas. He's always out there looking for some. Why? He's hard contact 40.6%. That's third highest of the slate tonight. Very bad if you compare yesterday's play when we were nailing Bumgarner. It's slightly below Bumgarner's, but up there. Similar situation. So his hard contact is terrible. His ground ball percentage is no good. So what does that mean? If you hear a sound, dink, there's a very high chance that ball's going up and far. You saw that yesterday with Bumgarner on the same homework. First pitch of the game, warning track, bam. I think very early in the game, 3 or 4 pitches or hits went out to the warning track. Todd Frazier almost hit a home run his first at bat, hit one at a second. Joey Gallo hit one. Tons of contact out to outfield. You know it's a pitcher's park, so there's a lot of room for that ball to hang in the air and them outfielders to get underneath and get time to catch those outs. That's the same logic here. One of the logics here attacking Gasman, all right? And we know San Diego has power. Look through the lineup. There's some power in there. That's the angle we took with the Rangers yesterday. The Rangers don't always have power, but their barrels, remember we talked about these things, will show when you're playing someone with very bad hard contact and combined with that ground ball. Right? And we already know, you can see this anywhere. His ERA is terrible for Gasman. It's actually the worst for the slate today. Okay? He's average with the K's, but here's what's great is he's not too sexy. He's also average with the walks. So I'm thinking out loud. What I like here, again, is we're going to be taking advantage of Gasman's lack of ability to keep control and keep the ball on the ground. All right, we're expecting these bats to kind of just wake up and do its thing. That's the logic. And if you take a look, there isn't much history with the San Diego batters against Gasman, but that's fine, okay? What I like to see at the same time, we're going to jump a little ahead on MLB.com, is look at this. There's about 15, 16, or 17 at-bats here with only one hit for San Francisco against Lamet. So I think this matchup here for us is great to be able to take him at 175, and it's still there, as you can see, at Bet365. Make sure the action's on. So you just saw a quick peek of those bats are just terrible, right? And what do we now expect if those bats are terrible? Let's talk about Lamet. What I like about Lamet here is a very high strikeout rate. 33.8%, second highest of the slate. All right? And his walk rate is middle of the pack. It's average. It's up there, 9.3%. That's fine. Single strikes were looking good. But here's a good thing here. Not giving up too much hard contact. So he's striking people out, not giving up hard contact. All right? But there's some ground ball issues there. But what I'm thinking here, which alleviates all this, is that San Francisco is known to be able to strike out. And if you look at some of these numbers, they're up there on the top of the top 5 or 6 today. So I think with the fact that Lamet is one of the stronger strikeout pitchers of the slate going against a team that can strike out, and knowing you already saw the head-to-head matchup here where they've only gotten 1 hit off Lamet, I think you have to side with the history and the pitcher to the Giants matchup there favoring Lamet. And I think we need to take advantage of the Padres' bats bashing on the lack of control we can find against the Giants pitcher here in Gasman. And I'm just looking at a few things quickly. And the other beautiful thing here for Lamet against the Giants, and you know this by me showing you that these guys are just one for whatever. The WOBA, opposing batting average, just no good. So it's the 4th worst of the slate. So the angle, as I think this out, is almost that it's more of a pitching angle. Lamet's going to shut the game down, and the Padres bats, especially the power bats, should be able to get underneath Gasman and put some out of the park. And remember one little thing that I tweeted out. In Giants Stadium, there's this one section in right field where I've heard this on a podcast that they keep that gate open so fans can. There's a gate in the outfield by the bay in the walkway up into the actual wall of the outfield, if I understand. And that gate allows fans to walk in. It's a big gate. Since there's no fans, the gate's closed. So there's no breeze coming in, a strong wind gust coming through there. What does that mean? Some of the balls are starting to fly out on right field a little bit more than they usually do in San Francisco. So how about that little tidbit? It's not my credentials. I found that on a podcast this morning, listen to Fantasy Talk, and I like it. I like that. So maybe we can take that to our advantage. Now, why did we fade Toronto? I love Toronto's ability to pitch. I think Rook is one of the better pitchers of the slate. My little concern when I compare the stats with why I'm taking the Padres, look, Rook's stats are beautiful all across the board. ERA, Ks, walks, single strikes, ground ball. He keeps the ball on the ground. 50.6% of everything is on the ground. So you're looking at just ground ball outs or ground ball hits or double plays formulating, and Rook just playing the game down. The only concern I have is Washington's discipline. They don't strike out as bad as other teams on the slate. So there is that angle when you're comparing the information we went on with the Giants, where we know the Giants are just whiffing them against Lamet. All right, just they're not getting hits. You know what I mean? So that's where I just start siding with wanting to take Lamet against the Giants versus taking Root against the Nationals, even though Root should still be able to do his job. That's my angle. Now, one of the worst pitchers of the night, especially on the Sierra, again, your projected outcome, 5.57 is Eric Fed for Toronto. For the Nationals. And I think Toronto should be able to expose him. Why? He does not throw strikeouts. The worst strikeout percentage of the slate, 12.5. But listen, he's given strong ground balls. He's actually higher than Rue by about 1%. And Toronto does strike out a lot so far on the metrics. So when I combine everything compared to the Padres pitching in the batting situation, if I'm picking one, I like the Padres more than Toronto by just looking at that little bit of that aspect we talked about, which is why I still like Toronto to win the game. Money line, great value. It started at the line wasn't out. I was waiting for the line. Saw the line at 135, saw it at 140, then I saw it at 145. Let's scroll up. Where are they at now? Now it's 150. So there's been more buzz and people are doing their homework. The money's definitely going to Toronto. I don't know if I could go over 150. At that point, I want to pay 25 more and just take the Padres from that angle. So that explains why we're taking the Padres over the Blue Jays. And just to quickly sum it up, I like the Dodgers to win, but you're basically relying, again, on Robbie Ray just totally screwing it up. And he could. He gives up a lot of walks. He's the highest percentage walking pitcher today. And he does give up the highest hard contact on the slate. And he's the second worst in ground balls. So if he's walking a lot of people, and if the Dodgers get under it, you could see the Dodgers really explode Robbie Ray. But here's the caveat. Robbie Ray, when he's on and he's in the mood, he's going to throw Ks out the woo. So he's third in Ks today, 31.6%. And here's where it gets interesting. Dodgers have a little bit of discipline, but their WOBA is decent. So in this situation, and Ross Stripling, I think, is one of the better pitchers of the slate all across. He's just doing great. When you look at the ERA, the Ks, walks, he's not elite when you look at the pitching chart, but he's there slightly above. He's right below the elite guys today. So I like the Dodgers to win. It all revolves around what Robbie Ray does or doesn't do. I like Toronto, so it wouldn't be a lean. I would just fade that game, and I'd rather play Toronto or Padres. So again, that's why we're taking Padres as the official pick. Heavy lean on the Blue Jays game, and we'll just fade the Dodgers game, even though we like them to win. So again, Padres money line minus 175. I hope you caught that tidbit there in right field of the Giants. Stay green. Good luck. Let's try to go 10-2 today at the official plays at Ramblin' and Gamblin'. Let's go.